Tonight, your Cal State Fullerton Titans look to keep their playoff hopes alive as they take on their conference rival, the UC Santa Barbara Gauchos, live from Great Park Ice. Good evening, everyone. I'm Peter Gibbs. Glad to have you with us on this Saturday night. It's the last game of the first semester for the Titans, and they are looking to move ahead in the WCH standings of the ACHA, with the Gauchos only being a couple points ahead of them in the rankings. Fullerton is coming into this matchup with a ton of momentum after last night's beautiful 9-3 victory over rival Long Beach State, and it was on teddy bear toss. If you joined us last night for the broadcast, you just know how much fun it was to not only call that game, but to be here and watch the scoring coming in bunches from all over the different lines, and also for the great cause of having those teddy bears being thrown onto the ice after the first goal came from Aiden Parent. The defenseman went forehand, backhand, a little deke, and wristed her top shelf to put his team on the board first and get those stuffed animals flying through the entire arena and onto the ice. With that, the Titans are going to be looking to keep that momentum going with one last game before the semester break. It's time now to take a look for tonight's matchup, give you three of the key players for this evening's contest. First off, we're going to talk about Aiden Parent. He had those 2 goals last night, and he's one of those underrated players for this Titans squad. Started off as a forward to begin the season, ended up transitioning to defense in the last month or so, and now tonight he is looking to continue his scoring streak and add some extra goals to his tally on the season. Second up, we have Tyler Lambert. Interestingly enough, tonight the Titans are going to be down a couple defensemen as Daniel Rondon is out with a lower back injury that he suffered in that game last night. We wish our best to Daniel, and we hope that he'll be back after the long semester break and be refreshed and ready to go next semester. So Tyler Lambert, he's going to be one of those guys that kind of has to carry the load. He might have an extended workload this evening. He's going to have lots of time on the ice, and he's hoping to get another goal. Maybe it comes from the top shelf celebration that he had last night, where he ends up diving hard on the power play and wristing one past Galoni from Long Beach State. Or maybe he's just going to try and throw one to the net all the way from the center line, which is what he did to get that second goal for the Titans last night. After that, you have our third key player tonight. It's going to be Kai Pernal, the newly turned 21-year-old. He's looking to get back on the score sheet, kind of continue that stretch of goals scored. He's certainly a key player to watch out for this Fullerton squad. As you can see on your screen there, the players are getting warmed up. It's going to be a great night here from Great Park Ice and 5 Point Arena in Irvine. Glad to have you with us here on the broadcast. We're going to take a brief break as the two sides get warmed up, but don't go anywhere. You're watching Cal State Fullerton Ice Hockey live on YouTube. We're back. It's time now for our keys to the play of tonight. We're going to see exactly what the Titans can do to kind of carry that momentum over from last night into this evening's contest. The biggest thing for the Titans tonight is that forechecking pressure. They had a lot of it against LBSU last night. It's very important for this Titans squad to get the puck in deep and then chase after it, try and get a little stick on the puck, avoid any play through the neutral zone, and keep it in your offensive zone. If you can extend some offensive zone time, you'll be able to wear down this Gaucho squad that appears to be a little thin this evening. We're going to have to keep an eye out and see if any extra skaters hop on, but it seems as if they're short a couple skaters this evening. After that, you're going to have to make sure that you keep your shifts short. Like I said, it's going to be a war of attrition tonight. The Titans definitely looking to keep their legs fresh. They're down a couple D-men, so you're going to have to make sure that the defensive pairings are aware. They have to get off the ice as quickly as possible whenever you get the play out of your zone, so that way you can stay fresh, you can stay on top of things, and you can play a full 60. That was the big key from last night, was playing that full 60. The Titans did a very good job playing a very, very efficient third period. You had multiple goals from multiple players, and that's exactly what they're looking for the rest of this evening's contest. Final key tonight is just make sure that you look for the extra pass. They did a great job of it last night, especially with Kai Pernal finding Liam McKay and Ezra Gale. They were both open for a couple different one-on goalie situations, so got to keep your head up, look for the extra attacker, look for the extra guy helping you out. Make sure that you can get somebody in position for a great look on net. Speaking of the net, we're going to give you our projected goaltenders for this evening's contest. For your Titans, it's going to be number 23, Kat Reyes. That's who we expect to be in goal. Reyes, she came in for about 1 minute of last night's game, and that was due to Connor Acevedo taking a puck off the shoulder area. He had to be attended to as it started to bleed just a little bit. So Reyes, she actually had that one-shot shutout, so add that to her totals. But she's in net tonight. She's looking to put out another shutout this evening against the Gaucho squad, and we'll wait and see what happens for her this evening. As for UCSB, they're dressing two goalies in this contest. It looks like at the moment they have number 1, Caden Taylor. He's in net warming up, and so we'll see if Taylor's going to be the one to go. If not for him, it's going to be number 2, Christian Seibert. So we'll have to wait and see who head coach John Uaslek is going to put in net for this UCSB squad. We're just seconds away from puck drop here. Glad to have you with us on this Saturday evening live from Great Park Ice at Rink 1 here in Irvine. It's the UCSB Gauchos versus your Cal State Fullerton Titans, and we are just about to get ready here at Rink 1. Another interesting point that I do want to bring up is I mentioned the scoring from all different sides, and so what's interesting here is trying to see who can step up in place of some of those D-men who are down and out of this evening's contest. It seems the Titans are a little bit shorthanded also in the forward group, so we'll have to see who can step up in that. And head coach Jesse Skaluski, who actually I don't see him over by the bench yet tonight. We'll have to keep an eye out for that as well. It's a Saturday evening. It's the last game of the first semester. A lot of people are kind of focused on finals, I would imagine, and also just it's been a long couple months, so a few players needing an extra rest here tonight. So we'll keep an eye out, see if we can find head coach Skaluski. But in the meantime, both sides now, they're getting ready, picking up the pucks that they used for the warm-ups, and we're just about ready to go here tonight. But before we do so, I do want to give another shout out to all the different members that showed up last night. You had multiple club teams. I saw the lacrosse team, the club baseball team, even the club archery squad came out to support your Titans. There's a pre-game tailgate where a lot of pizza was served to all those members, and then they came out and supported with their teddy bears. So it was just a great, great night last night. We're excited to see exactly what can happen here. Hopefully your Titans can carry that momentum into this evening's contest and have another fun game. It's been a while since they had one. I remember the last one being that overtime winner from Jason Indalis against CSUN about a month and a half ago. And so the Titans, they had really been struggling during that stretch between mid-October until last night. And so coming into this evening's contest, they're looking to put together a bit of a winning streak. 2 games in a row, that's a winning streak, as they say. And hopefully the Titans can put together some solid play, get a win, maybe sneak into the playoffs. Their chances are still alive, and so it's going to be an interesting one to figure out here tonight. So here we go. There won't be any national anthem this evening, it appears, due to it being Rink 1. The production is not as firm and not as solid as our production team on Rink 4, but we're glad to have them here regardless. For your Titans, it looks like they're going to be rocking with the captain, Will Fighter, in his line. You'll have Kai Pernal on the right. It looks like they're going to have Francos and Lambert in the back. And then Liam McKay is on the left wing for this Fighter line. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes here this evening. As for UCSB, they've got Jay Loyoung, number 8. Number 9, Aiden Mirzagaliev. Number 42, it appears, is going to be Sam Case, I believe. I could be having his number wrong. We'll have to update that for you. Could be an incorrect number. We'll find out for you later on. Here we go, the puck drop, and we are underway. Face-off draw, won by UCSB. They'll fling it along to the far side of the rink, and Lambert will send this one all the way around the boards, and we are underway. UCSB dumping one all the way down, and it will be an icing, so we'll have a stoppage here just seconds into tonight's contest. It appears that UCSB is going to go with number 1 tonight. That is, in fact, Caden Taylor. So Taylor getting the start for this Gaucho squad in net. And here's the draw. Won by the Titans, kept in by Francos. He'll cycle it around the boards and all the way over to Pernal on the far corner. He'll play it up to Lambert from the point. He shoots one. That's off the shin of Leung, and here he comes. Here's Jay Leung. He shoots, he scores. Jay Leung with an early goal here for this Gaucho squad. That is the momentum they wanted to see coming in. Get an early lead here, and they're up 1-0 just seconds into this contest. Well, for Reyes, it was a tough play there. Lambert tried to throw one towards the net. It's broken up in front by Leung. And Jay Leung, he just races to the puck, beating it out and before Lambert could get there. And ultimately, he has a one-on-one situation with Reyes. And not much that the Titan netminder could do in that situation. As we resume play here comes the Titans on the forecheck. They'll play it through the center ice, as Alex Nova will fling one all the way down to the far boards, and he'll come back out to center ice. Seth Gale over to Aiden Parent. He'll fling one around, and he'll go into that far corner now. Big hit by Alex Novo on the far side. Played, though, into the far corner behind the goal line, and here comes the Gauchos. Handling this one is Mason Boley. He'll shoot one. That one went wide. Puck does come out, so Gauchos will have to regroup. Ezra Gale, he'll play one through the center. Jason Indalis, who had a goal last night, he'll play it back to Gale. Gale shoots. That one went off the skate, and there's another shot. Loose out in front, and Taylor was able to handle anything there. As here's a puck thrown out towards the blue line, played in by Barlow. It's still loose by that near circle. And behind the net goes the puck. Seth Gale, he'll try and keep one in. Unable to do so, though. He tries to play one back to Perrin, and here's another turnover for the Titans. Here comes Leung again. He shoots, he scores. It's an early 2-goal lead for this UCSB squad, as Jay Leung has 2 goals within the first 2 minutes of play. If you're the Titans, this is certainly not the start you wanted, especially after last night's game where you got on the score sheet first and then you never looked back. And unfortunately, this Titan squad, they're going to have to try and regroup early and try and get back into this thing. Here's a puck played all the way around to the far boards. Lambert will play from the point. He'll throw one towards the net. That one went wide past Taylor. As Nova was in front of the net trying to get a piece of it. Wasn't able to get a stick on that one, though. Here's Francos. He'll chip it along the boards and in. Delayed off sides here, so everybody will have to regroup. Fullerton goes for a change as Paranal hops back on the ice. And UCSB will handle it in their defensive zone. Playing one into the neutral ice now. Francos will play it all the way around once again. Fullerton looking for a dump and chase here tonight so far. It looks like that might be their strategy. As here's a centering pass, but Justin Center couldn't get much on that one. And so the puck will come back out into neutral zone. Good dangle there by Tyler Lambert. Here comes the alternate captain. He had 2 last night. He shoots. He scores! Tyler Lambert lights the lamp. It's 2-1 UCSB. That's exactly what you wanted to see if you're this Fullerton squad. You needed some momentum. And Tyler Lambert, who had 2 last night, he gets another one here with a beautiful wrister past Taylor. It makes it 2-1. So Lambert, who has been hot lately, he gets back on the score sheet. And Fullerton now trailing by 1. They'll try and equalize. So far, it's been a back and forth game early on. We're just about 3 minutes into this contest. It's been a fun one so far. So here comes UCSB again. A good hit there by Will Fighter, the captain. And here's Liam McKay. He's got Fighter on his left. McKay will take on a couple. He'll shoot one, and that one goes off the mask of Taylor, and his cage comes dislodged, so we're going to have a whistle as we are not trying to throw it back to the 1950s. Got to have some safety here. The referee's quick to blow a whistle there, making sure that Taylor's equipment is intact and everything is fine for the UCSB netminder. Well, we had mentioned him in the pregame show. That is one of the key players, Tyler Lambert. He's certainly one of those guys who has to step up for this D core that is down a couple players tonight. And beyond him, you're going to have to look out for guys like Francos, as well as Aiden Parent, and I believe the other defenseman tonight is Seth Gale. So 4 dressed defensemen for this Titan squad, and they'll be having plenty of work tonight. As there's a big collision on the far boards between Parent as well as Daniel Fischel. Both going down there, and here comes Fischel now. A good stick, though, by Parent. And a delayed offside, so Parent will collect this one at his defensive blue line, and he'll look to break things out. Chips it along the boards now to Gale. Seth Gale tries and flings one, but that's dislodged by Fischel. And another collision now on the near side. Here's a puck thrown towards the middle of the ice, collected by Fullerton, and they'll play one out now. Here's Aiden Parent. He'll chip it along the boards. Parnell wasn't there in time. He couldn't get a good stick on that. Puck played through the neutral zone now, and Liam McKay will look to break things out. McKay with a head of steam. He enters the attacking zone now. McKay, backhand, tries to center one over to Novo, but Novo had his stick tied up. Couldn't get one on there. Good poke check by Lambert. And Ezra Gale and his line hopping on the ice now. They'll look to break things out for this Fullerton squad. Gale will chip one down. No icing here. A big hit there from Novo. And the Titans will keep the puck in the zone. Lambert flings one around the boards. And it's played now behind the goal line by UCSB. Up ahead to Will Pemberton. And here comes Pemberton. He'll play one up now over to Mirzagaliev. Mirzagaliev tries to protect the puck and hold on to this one below the goal line. Flinging one towards the net, but it's broken up in front. Ezra Gale behind the goal line. As both sides go for a change, he looks to break this one out. Here's Andalis. Couldn't get a handle on that. No offside here as the Gauchos enter their attacking zone. And it's kept in by D'Amico. Shot, that one went towards the net. blockered into the netting behind the boards, and so we'll get a stoppage with 14:22 to go. There you see, there's Kat Reyes. She had 2 early opportunities, kind of left up to dry by this Titan defense as there was a breakaway from Leung, and then Leung with the second goal just minutes after that. But Reyes seems she's trying to settle in now as we have a whistle after that face-off. And we'll do it again. So interestingly enough, no head coach Jesse Skalewski tonight. So it looks like the Titans are going to have to rely on their assistant coaching staff to navigate this game. As here's a puck thrown all the way down to the net. It looked like it deflected a bit, but we're going to get an icing called regardless. So the Titans now, you've got center out there in his line with Barlow, Francos, Lambert, and Jason Sokol. Justin Center, he had a big game last night, getting a goal in that third period. Although one of the big things to look out for him is taking penalties. That he's one of the players that struggles at times to keep his cool, if I have better words for that, but he's one of the guys that gets under the player's skin for the opposing side. So he's one of those players you just have to try and keep him to keep his cool, not take any unnecessary penalties, but also work things into the opposing side. As here's Sokol trying to make something happen in the offensive zone. The puck will come out though, and so Francos will handle this one. He'll throw it all the way across ice. Center couldn't get a piece of that, and so puck will be played through the middle now. Barlow backhands one towards the middle circle. As we have a delayed penalty now coming against the Titans. Taylor goes to the bench. Francos handles that, and so we'll get a stoppage here. As it looks like center, we just mentioned his name, he's going to head to the box. And it's going to be a minor penalty against Justin Center for this Titans squad. They'll have to be on an early penalty kill. Just 13:36 to go in this first period. So the Gauchos, they'll get their first chance. They'll throw out Sahion Park to take the face-off up against Will Fighter. Puck won by the Gauchos, so they'll look to establish their power play. Here's Leung looking for an early hat trick in the first period. He's been hot so far this evening. Puck played behind the goal line over to Mirzagaliev. He'll play one off now to the point. Back to Mirzagaliev. Mirzagaliev hands it off over to the point. Here's a chance now for Leung. He shoots, he scores, and there's the hat trick. Wow. It has been a while since I have seen any type of hat trick come this early in any game, whether it be the professionals, whether it be collegiate hockey, what have you. And so Leung has done it all himself. He's got a hat trick just 7 minutes into this game. He is unstoppable early on. So we'll do it again. Titans down 2 once again. They'll have to battle back from this 2-goal lead, although that is the toughest one to protect, especially in the hockey world. Here's Parent. He'll play one through the middle. It'll go all the way down. It was deflected, so no icing here. Puck played now around the far side, and UCSB will look to break things out. Good stick there by Liam McKay to break up any potential dangerous threat from the Gaucho squad. And here's Parent. With a head of steam comes the big man. He handles the puck. He throws one towards the middle of the ice, but nobody there. Will Fighter now handles it in that near corner. The captain, he'll play it off to McKay. Liam McKay, he'll take it below the goal line. Plays it off to Pernal. Over to Fighter, he shot one. That one went wide past Taylor. Kept in though by McKay. Over to Fighter. Back to Pernal. And finally the Gauchos try to break this one out. It's kept in for the moment, but the Titans are going to go for a change here. And they'll have to regroup. Here's a cross-ice pass that's broken up by Seth Gale, who's waiting for Liam McKay to get off of the offensive zone, and so he'll have to just fling one behind the goal line now. Puck being reversed all the way to the near side, and it's chipped out. It's a race to the puck now as Lambert gets it, but we're going to get an icing called here. And so the Titans will get a chance for an offensive zone faceoff. There's a face-off draw won by Fullerton, and Dallas flings one towards the net. No offside called here. It's kept in by CSUF, but a centering pass didn't get to Andalis' stick, and here comes Mirzagaliev. He shoots one. Good save there by Reyes. And here's Ezra Gale in his near corner of his defensive zone. There's a bit of a scramble here as it's tied up on the boards. And Andalis is able to clear it. Here comes Novo, a little 2-on-1 developing. Novo shoots one, and a good break there from the Gauchos to get back in defense. That was Sean Adams getting back in time. And there's a wrister, gobbled up though by Taylor. And so we'll get a stoppage with 10:58 to go. So the Titans, they had the advantage right now in shots on goal. It's 6-5 in favor of CSUF, but they trail 3-1. And all three of those goals coming from Jay Leung for this Gauchos squad. He's been a dominant force early on. Here comes Jason Sokol entering the attacking zone. He'll try and dangle, but it's broken up there by Adams. And the puck will come back now as Jason Wong has to chip it along the boards up to center. Center reverses play. He goes down. No call here as the puck gets thrown towards the middle of the ice. And the Gauchos will dump it all the way down. Reyes tries to get a piece of it, unable to do so. And we'll get a whistle here as we have a bit of a scrum going on at center ice right in front of the bench area. It looks like center again. He's going to throw a punch. That's going to be likely a game misconduct as the ACHA has a no tolerance policy for fighting. Not entirely sure what the reason was for that scrum, but center's going to be tossed here. And Ian Martin, that was the member of the Gauchos who was involved in that scrum. Referee's telling center, you are out of this game. He's going to be sent to the dressing room. And we're not even 10 minutes into this game. That is a big blow for this Fullerton squad. Not only a guy who had a goal last night, but one of your center depth. And so the Titans, they're going to have to talk things over here, figure out what the situation is. There you see on your screen, you've got the captains from both sides figuring out what the call is. That's Mason Boley and Will Fighter. But regardless, center, he's going to be sent back to the dressing room, and it's not a good start for this Titan squad. As both sides will talk things over at their respective benches. We're not entirely sure who the acting head coach is for this evening's contest for the Titans. It could be Eric Bampenchow or James Maloney. We'll see who's calling the shots for this evening's contest. As it looks like the skater who's going to serve this penalty, I believe, is going to be Jackson Brooks, number 52, for this Titans squad. Referee's still talking things over at the scorer's table right now, and they're the linesmen on your screen as they try and figure out who the culprits are, who's going to head to the box. At the same time, it appears that Ian Martin is going to go to the box as well for the Gauchos. I would imagine for some sort of instigating penalty. We'll see what pops up here on the scoreboard as Brooks does head to the box to serve that penalty. So it will be a 5-minute major against the Titans. That is for sure. And it appears that it will be a 2-minute minor going against Martin. So 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes, and then the Gauchos will get a 3-minute power play. And if you're the Titans, this has been an auspicious start. Certainly not what you want to see so far. But we'll have to wait and see if this Titan squad can kind of get back some momentum. Maybe get a goal on the 4-on-4, bring it back to a 1-goal game. As here's the face-off draw, won by Fullerton. Parent will play one up through the middle to McKay, and he'll try and enter the attacking zone. He's got Fighter dive into the net. McKay does pull up. A saucer pass over to Lambert at the blue line, and he'll play it out to Parent. Parent throws one along the near boards, but Fighter was in the zone still, so a delayed offside, so he couldn't touch that one. He does collect it here, though, and he'll enter the attacking zone. He'll pull up, try and stick handle, as there's a fight for it near the zone. And so UCSB, they'll get a chance to regroup and try and attack on their own side. However, it's kept in by Fighter. Fighter goes down, he'll take a hit over there by Case. We believe that's Sam Case. It could also be Peter Fabian. On their roster, they have 2 number 43s, however, it's number 42 on the ice, so it's interesting to see exactly which player that is. It appears every other number is accurate, but we just don't know who number 42 is for this Gaucho squad. As here's a puck thrown towards the middle, but it goes all the way down to the far side. Here's Mirza Galiev, and a drive by Leung. He was looking for a 4th goal, and there is the 4th goal coming off the stick of Mirza Galiev. Or is it? Wait just a minute. We've got the referee talking things over right now. It appears that goal is going to be disallowed. No goal on that one. And so the referee will head over to the Gaucho bench. He'll talk things over with John Uasluk. Uasluk getting the information here, the reasoning why, but no goal. So that's a bit of a break for this Titan squad. You can't go down 3 goals, especially just 10 minutes into this contest. And so we'll resume play 4-on-4. There's the draw. One by Fullerton will be played up by Andalis. He'll try and chip one back, but nobody there to help. But a good stick by Ezra Gale. He'll play it back now to Francos. Andrew Francos will send one all the way around, cycling the puck to the far side. And UCSB will look to do something of their own. Delayed offsides here, so nobody can touch that one. It's sticked away by Seth Gale. And now Daniel Fischel will handle it in his defensive zone. It's turned over here, as here's Ezra Gale. He's looking to make something happen, make it a 1-goal game. He tries a backhand pass, but couldn't get enough muster on that. As here comes Fischel. He enters the attacking zone. Fischel with the puck on his forehand. He'll weave his way through the Titan defense. And here's a chance, he shoots, and a good save by Reyes. Still loose out in front of the crease, and finally cleared out. As this will not be an icing, as the Gauchos are back to even strength. It's still a 5-on-4 for the next 2 minutes, 40 seconds. Also, with it being a major penalty, if the Gauchos get any goals here, they'll still be on the power play after. As Seth Gale is able to dump this one all the way down, kill off some extra time. It's handled now by Leung. He'll dump one off. And here comes the Gauchos. Weaving his way through the middle of the ice. Here comes Mirza Galiev. He had the goal that was disallowed just seconds ago. He's trying to put one on the board himself. He plays it back to Leung. Leung at the point. Stick handle, still kept in. Finally sticked away by Gale. Seth Gale will get it up to Novo, who kills off some extra time with 2 minutes to go on the center penalty. Here's one sent all the way down, and it's going to be an icing against the Gauchos. So a little bit of breathing room once again for the Titan squad. As here's an interesting development, and it appears that Sawyer Tamai just hopped on the ice for the Gauchos. He hadn't been called yet tonight, but the Gauchos now have an extra skater, whereas the Titans just lost one in Justin Center. So here we go. We got a face-off once again in the offensive zone for the Titans this time. They'll dump one behind the goal line and just look to kill off some more time. Shots are 7-6 in favor of UCSB as Perinal is keen to get on the forecheck here, kill off some extra seconds. But here comes Mirzagaliev entering the attacking zone. He goes backhand, he scores. Adrian Mirzagaliev makes it 4-1 Gauchos. And that was just one of those where out-skated the defense of the Titans and goes backhand top shelf past Reyes, who has not been able to settle in yet. She's allowed 4 goals on 8 shots, although a couple of them so far have not been her fault. We had a bit of a delay here as Brooks was looking to exit the penalty box, but that's not the case as it is a 5-minute major. So Mirzagaliev, who had that penalty, oh, and here we go. We have another penalty coming up as going down hard was Fighter. And it looks like UCSB will head to the box now. We believe this to be number 42. That's going to be Sam Case. The Connecticut-born defenseman, rather, heading to the box for 2. So it'll be 4-on-4 for the next minute 21. And then after that, the Titans will be on the power play. Going back to my point about Mirzagaliev, he had that goal that was disallowed just on the power play for UCSB. And then he ends up coming back and getting one of his own to make it a 4-1 lead for this UCSB squad. As here's the puck played over to Aiden Perrin. He'll enter the attacking zone now. Looking to handle. He'll throw in towards the middle, but it's broken up. And all the way out, so McKay will have to chase after this one. Here's Liam McKay. He'll play it off to Lambert. Titans looking to regroup now, get some momentum back. Lambert will go cross ice to McKay. He's got Parent through the middle, and he'll hand it off to the big man. Aiden Parent, who had 2 last night, he'll fling one towards the middle. Broken up, though, out in front by Elvin Kim. There goes Leung over to Mirzagaliev. Mirzagaliev looking for a second one. He shoots. That one went high and off the netting. So we'll get a whistle and a stoppage in play. This Gaucho squad, they have certainly controlled the tempo here tonight. They have all the momentum, and we have 5:49 to go in the first period. If you're the Titans, you just have to kind of settle things down. Look to try and play a nice, clean game the rest of the period. Look to get one back and go into the first intermission only down 2 rather than 3. If you can be down 2, it's a good way to get some momentum and also bring things back in the second period. Lots of hockey to play still. As here comes Ian Martin entering the zone. Martin looks and he'll hand one off now to Adams, who risks one high. And Martin will throw it around behind the goal line. Over there to Boley. Boley will chase after this one, and he's tied up along the boards by a plethora of Titans, and now CSUF on the power play for the next 30 seconds. There's a shot, save made by Taylor. So 27 seconds left on the power play here for the Titans, as we believe it's Sam Case in the box for this UCSB squad. He's wearing the number 42, although per their roster sheet, they have 2 number 43, so we're not entirely sure which player is in the box, but we're going to go with Case for tonight, and if we get an update, we'll inform you of that one later on. Anyways, here comes McKay. He'll weave his way through the middle of the zone and hand one off to Gale, who will throw it all the way around the boards. And it'll come right back to him. Centering pass now to his brother Ezra, but a bit of a bouncer of a pass. As out of the box comes UCSB. We're back to even strength. There's a puck thrown all the way down. I don't believe UCSB was ready and aware that it was even strength, and so they'll get an icing called against them. Titans will go for a change. UCSB will have to keep some skaters on the ice here. Well, if you're this Titans squad, you had lots of scoring from your two defensemen, Aiden Parent as well as Tyler Lambert. And so you're going to be looking to kind of have those two get involved. You already had Lambert with a goal tonight. But you're going to need some scoring from somebody else, whether it be one of your centermen, such as Ezra Gale or Will Fighter, or maybe a winger like Jason Andalis or Liam McKay. We'll have to wait and see who can step up to end this first period and in the remaining two periods. Here comes UCSB, weaving their way through the middle. A good stick there by Will Fighter to lift that of Fischel. It's kept in, though, by UCSB. Conley plays one down to Fisher. And Jason Wong, who was a defenseman to start, then turned winger. He looks to play the puck now as he's back on defense this evening. And the Titans will enter the attacking zone. Here's Will Fighter. Fighter centers one over to Pernal. But it's played behind the goal line, and UCSB will clear it. Fischel, cross-ice pass, all the way over to Boley. Mason Boley weaves his way down, tries a wraparound shot, and a good save by Reyes. And good positioning there, going from one side of the net to the other. About 3:30 to go here in the first period. Scores 4-1 UCSB. They lead in terms of shots on goal, 9-7. But really the damage has come from number 8, Jay Leung, and number 9, Adian Mirzagaliev. There's a face-off draw, won by Boley. It'll come out now to the point, and there's a shot. That one went wide. And it's still loose by that goal line. Here's a centering pass and a good glove save by Reyes. A lot of pressure this evening so far from the Gauchos. And as we mentioned, the Titans are down a couple defensemen this evening. They're certainly looking to have a couple guys step up. They're playing Jason Wong back in defense. He had started this season as a defenseman, then turned forward about the same time that Aiden Parent went from a forward to defenseman. But Wong is back in there, helping out his squad tonight. Here's a shot off the net. Here's one out in front. They score! Jason Andalis with the wrister makes it a 2-goal game once again. That's exactly what this Titan squad needed. A beautiful play set up, and Andalis is able to bury one behind Taylor to make it 4-2. Titans aren't done yet. Here's Gale with a centering pass, but Novo couldn't get a stick on that one. Seth Gale now, he'll play one off to his brother Ezra. Ezra looking, weaving his way through the middle. Good stick handling, and it's off the skate now of Andalis as there was a wrister from the crease. There's a deflection by Andalis, almost got past Taylor. That might be something to look out for the rest of this evening's contest as Mirzagaliev gloves one down into the near corner. It's a good battle here, and there's a bit of a body check from Gale to dislodge Mirzagaliev off the puck. He gets it back though, and here comes the UCSB winger. He shoots, and there's a good save by Reyes. Still loose out in front. Finally played over to the far corner, and Novo will backhand one to Gale. He'll play it up to Andalis. Gale goes for a change, as does every other Titan besides Jason Andalis. 2 minutes to go in this first period, 4-2 your score. It's been a back and forth affair early on, and the Gauchos are not done yet as they enter the attacking zone. Here comes Leung looking for his fourth already. There's a centering pass and a good breakup by Lambert out in front. Barlow gets played off the puck. It's loose right in front of the scorer's table. And UCSB will just fling one off the boards and in. Parent plays it up to Lambert. Lambert protects the puck, plays it back to Parent. Bit of a forecheck going on here for the Gauchos. They have extended pressure here. Chipping that one along the boards is Parent and out of the zone, so a bit of a breather now. Here come the Gauchos again. Backhand pass to Bowley. And a good breakup out in front by Sokol. Played up ice by Fighters. He took a bit of a hit. And there's a shot, went wide past Barlow. Or past Taylor, rather, off the stick of Barlow. Through the middle comes the puck. It's played off to Parent as the Titans go for another change. Clearing attempt not out yet. Here comes Bowley. Bowley weaves his way through the middle. Lots of dangerous opportunities through that middle of the ice. That's where the Gauchos have had a ton of their success this evening. Less than 40 seconds to go. Titans looking to get one more. They've got a 2-on-1 developing. Here comes McKay and Lambert. Centering pass back to McKay, but it went high over his stick. Lambert now will play one back. McKay will chase after it. He'll reverse play, and Paranal will come to help out. Here's a centering opportunity as Gale was fighting hard to the net, but the pass will come over to Parent. 15 seconds to go. Back to Parent, looking for one more here. Still kept in. 10 seconds. McKay shoots one towards the net, broken up in front, and that should just about do it, unless Leung gets his fourth. Less than a second to go, and there's the buzzer. So, what an exciting first period. Bit of back and forth action. The Gauchos with a hat trick early on from Jay Leung, as well as another one from Adian Mirzagaliev. But for your Titans, they had Lambert get on the score sheet and Jason Dallas, so that's good to see. Two of those key players for this offense. And so the Titans will head to the locker room, as will the Gauchos, and we'll have our first intermission here. We're happy to have you here on this Saturday evening. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Cal State Fullerton Ice Hockey live on YouTube.
So, from what I can tell, I'm obviously not looking.
Yeah, you're watching.
Yeah. But from what I can tell, it was good enough job. So. First time doing hockey, I know it's tough. So just keep it up.
Number 8 and number 9 for them are a problem. They're insane. There's a stark difference in the level right there.
It's insane.
Like the Russian one.
Yeah,
Mirzagaliev, and who's the guy who scored the first 2 goals?
It's funny because I was asking my dad earlier how to pronounce that guy's name. I was asking his opinion. Go figure, it ends up being their best player. But, close game. Still anybody's game. You're going to get that big goal. That's what you kind of need.
Yeah. Keep it a little tighter. Let him go out on the break as soon as there's like a 1-on-1 or 2-on-2.
They've got
one of their better players.
He's an alternate captain. He's like their second best guy. So
Right.
he's not necessarily like a scorer person. He's one of those guys that can look to leadership, get on the other team's skin.
Yeah.
He does that a ton, but he can also keep his own interest.
That's surprised I was doing good. Like, they were on the ground and he got like one big shock and it's like right in the dude's mouth.
I think he would have been fine if he hadn't landed that punch.
It's just like full on.
Like once he goes for it, it's like, ah, great. Okay.
Like,
That's a big
full connection right there.
You see it about once every 2 games. It's a big 12 balls. You can't even find it.
I'm trying to lie when you're saying, like, you can't do that. That is no tolerance. I just followed him. Yeah, he's over there.
No, I liked your follows. I think you did a great job with that.
Yeah.
So how did your classes go? You got anything really troubling you?
No, I just have to finish up my last 3 drugs to do.
Cool. What you doing?
I plan on doing it on men's basketball. Cool. Season update. Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm talking to Brian right now and trying to schedule an interview.
What a guy. I love it.
Yeah.
That guy's cool.
It is super.
I did a package on them actually for 372 earlier this year.
Oh, all that is right.
No. Sorry. Men's basketball.
Men's
And
basketball.
Brian wasn't being helpful.
Yeah. But I always like to go through those guys.
For 201 last semester, I tried going to David Brown, the women's soccer coach, just reaching out to him directly, and then I got in touch with his SID, and I said, you gotta reach out to me. I'm like, I'm sorry, just go to the source. What are you talking about?
Is it Jason?
Yeah, Jason Andrews.
Yeah.
Whatever his last name is.
I had to go through them twice for
Okay.
same thing.
So what are you looking to do once you graduate? Just gonna stay with the job for a little bit, and then move on, or?
Well, I want to try to stay here, and I will do something for apply everywhere I can. See what's available.
Looking to kind of just do camera work or anything in particular?
I kind of want to do recording.
Okay.
Like, just in front of the camera and all that stuff. I can do camera work and stuff. I feel like I'm better like
Sure.
doing packages and stuff.
Yeah, I got you. That's cool. That's what's up.
Trying to get like a short job.
I see you're an anchor like every week. I feel I see you. So right on, dude.
I feel like I'm decent at that. You just gotta start as like a low-level reporter.
Yeah. You've got like a unique voice to do it too. So I mean that will certainly kind of separate you from the other candidate. I feel. It works.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, I got you.
So yeah, I'm just trying to make my real work good. If anything, well, I assume it's probably not going to be immediate, so I'll probably stick with my job. And then if like something happens, I'll help out as well.
I know that they have.
Time being.
I know they have graduates just help out as staff. So So, it's just nice as a summer job. Like about every other week, 6 days a week. So, easy money. I don't know if you want to kind of drive or not, but it's certainly.
I think that's doable. Like an hour and a half.
I know Rob basically does the same thing.
Yeah.
He's from like, where's he coming from? Right? Something near here. So, yeah, it's easy stuff, really.
About an hour, right?
I would say, yeah, about an hour. It depends on traffic.
Yeah.
If you were coming from here, going to Lake Elsinore, it would be longer because that's what rush hour really is.
Right.
Usually our call times are around like 4 or 4:30, so I probably want to leave a little earlier to avoid traffic. Yeah, it's a cool job. I love it. It's mostly because I love baseball, but also I get to do what I do at TSN in a professional setting. Like everybody knows what they're doing. Everybody knows kind of how to work. But also they use high schools, they use graduate teams. It'd be a big step up in my university high schools. But if you wanna, if you're interested, I'll shoot you whatever I see and it goes out.
I think that's great.
I got you. Yeah, just keep it up. I mean, you're doing a great job here today. Let me see. Has anybody commented on the camera?
Let's see. Camera sucks. Want to count shows? Oh no, what are they saying?
You're all number 94.
That's low.
Good. I have a delay, so watch what I see. Yeah, I think that was I honestly wasn't paying much attention to that. I usually do. Oh well. It's better to figure it out. I think we should just wait for it to change. Yeah, I think that looks good. Yeah. Full screen.
That's alright.
I'll try to keep an eye on this. If I think that it's a little dark, I'll let you know. I'll just give you like
What about you, man? Looks like you're gonna graduate in May.
yeah,
Looks like,
ideally.
Yeah.
I still have to get one more elective because I'm doing a sports media certificate also.
Yeah.
And I took 336 last spring, but I didn't realize you couldn't double dip it. So
Right.
I gotta pick up one more, but I'm having issues with scheduling as well as getting access to the classes. I'm trying to take sports reporting 441,
Right.
and apparently need permission to take that one.
Do you need to talk to the professor or what?
I don't know. I'm going to reach out and send an email either tomorrow or Monday. And then there's another class. I think it's social media and editing or something like that. 332, whatever. And that one is supposed to have a lab with it. But when I go to click on it to take the course, usually it automatically registers you to the lab.
Right.
But there's no lab associated with it. So I don't know. I gotta ask and hopefully get something, but that'll be next semester. I'll stay on at TSN, whether as an intern or staff or whatever, and take the capstone and a couple of months. Easy life.
Oh yeah.
And then eventually, swim will start back up. I'll be over there. And last night, there were only 2 comments total from Long Beach. Like, no one ever really comments for us for some reason. But for the other side, they're always on top of it.
To get word out to our student body.
Yeah, for real. I mean, you see it with the club teams. They do a good job of showing out for the actual games, but when it comes to watching the streams, I mean, tonight we've got, right now, 20 people watching. You know, it's not a lot, but it's whatever.
Also, like Saturday night.
That too. That too. Okay, looks like they're ready to go. Once they hop on, I'll go back live. You can do whatever you want.
All right, that was the first intermission. We are just about ready to get back underway here from Rink 1 at Great Park Ice and 5 Point Arena. Glad to have you with us on this Saturday evening. Your score at the moment, 4-2 in favor of UCSB. If you're just joining us, you missed out on a lot of scoring from both sides, but the biggest one that I have to point out is Gaucho's number 8, Jay Leung. He had that hat trick in the first period with 2 goals coming within the first 3 minutes. He dominated play for UCSB, and he was just all over the rink. He's one of their faster players, as you can clearly tell throughout the game, and it's going to be an interesting thing to see what the Titans do to kind of neutralize number 8, Jay Leung. The other goal scorer for the Gauchos was number 9, Adian Mirzagaliev. He had a backhand goal that just kind of snuck past Kat Reyes. And you have to imagine he was a little extra motivated, especially after having a goal disallowed on the 4-on-4. But those are your 2 goal scorers for UCSB. As for the Titans, Tyler Lambert, he kept his goal streak going as he went hard to the net, ended up getting a nice wrister past Taylor of UCSB. And then on top of that, you had right at the end of the first period with just a couple minutes left, Jason Indalis put one past Taylor to make it 4-2. So that's your recap of the first period. It's going to be interesting to see what the adjustments were, who's going to do what, how the Titans are going to react to the speedy play of Leung and Mirzagaliev. And we're going to have to keep an eye out to see if any players kind of get shifted around, especially with Justin Center getting thrown out of this game for a game misconduct early on in that first period, early in the first 10 minutes of the game. So certainly not what you want to see. Titans are down a couple defensemen. Now they're down a couple skaters. And that's going to be a big challenge to overcome in this second period. There you see on your screen, you've got the Titans talking things over, discussing what kind of strategy they want to run. Still getting warmed up here, as we are just moments away from the start of the second period. If you are the Titans, like I mentioned in the first period, a couple things that they want to look out for here is just some scoring from all over. Last night you had Aiden Parent and Tyler Lambert getting 2 goals each, but then you had scoring from all over the lineup. And Dallas got on there, Paranal got on there, you had another goal from Leah McKay. And so you got to keep an eye out just to see which player is going to step up in this second period. As both sides are ready, it'll be the fighter line out there up against Leung. Here we go, second period underway. Face-off draw won by UCSB. They'll fling one off of Leung, and he'll handle it in the neutral zone. Entering the attacking side now. Good stick there by Paranal. And the Titans will look to attack now. A whistle. And we'll have an early icing called against the Titans. Just 15 seconds into this second period. As we mentioned also, head coach Jesse Skabluski is not on the bench tonight for this Titans squad. so they're having to rely on their assistant coaches. That's Eric Bampenchow and James Maloney, both of them the bench bosses tonight. As here comes Mirzagaliev handling the puck in his attacking zone. It's chipped over to the near side and flung towards the far corner as Fighter will come up with it and look to break. He'll hand it off to McKay. McKay's got Pernal helping him out on the attack. McKay dumps it off to Pernal. A shot! That one went high and wide. And now UCSB will look to attack. It's broken up in the neutral zone by Francos and chipped down below the goal line, rather. And the Titans will handle it in their offensive zone. Here's a shot. That one went short side and off the body of Taylor. Good opportunity there from McKay, but just couldn't put it past. And we'll get an icing here once again, but this time for the Gauchos. Shots are 12-9 in favor of UCSB. They did dominate that first period, but if you're the Titans, that's a good thing to kind of keep an eye out for. You had those early goals from the stick of Leung, but now you're only down 2. And the 2-goal lead is the toughest one to protect in hockey, so you got to figure that the Titans will have a good opportunity to get one back, hopefully early in the first 10 minutes of the period, and then ideally tie things up later on. As here's Gale, Ezra Gale playing off to Andalis, who looks to center a pass. Novo will play it back to the point, and here's Seth Gale back to his brother Ezra. Ezra tries to dump one off to Andalis, but coming away with it is UCSB. Although a good forecheck there by Andalis, and he lays a heavy hit down in that near corner. It's a good play by Andalis against Elvin Kim, and that forces a Gauchos icing once again. One thing that we didn't necessarily see in that first period that we had seen last night was the physical play between the Titans and the Sharks from Long Beach. However, it is a rivalry game from last night, so that may have played into it a little bit. And so if you're the Titans, you may want to try and reestablish a couple hits here and there. Try and get physical with this Gaucho squad, wear them down. But we didn't necessarily think about it. Maybe the Titans were a little tired themselves after taking multiple hits from just about every Shark on ice. As here's a shot thrown towards the net by Novo. Good pad save there by Taylor. Titans now with some momentum. They've got an attacking zone. Here's a puck that was thrown down behind the goal line. Gale will handle it. He'll play it off as he fell down. And Dallas will cycle it around the boards now. Gale gets down there on the forecheck. A big hit against the boards, and it's going to be a penalty called against the Titans. That looked like Novo, who laid a big hit up along the boards, and so he's going to go to the box now for a boarding call. There you see on your screen, there's Novo. He's frustrated with the call. Certainly not what you want to see here early in the second period. And so the Titans will be on a penalty kill for the next 2 minutes. They'll send out Fighter, Lambert, Francos, and McKay. And for the Gauchos, they'll have Mirzagaliev, Leung, looks like Sam Case. As here's a face-off draw. It's played behind the goal line by the Gauchos. And coming out away with it is Pemberton. Played up to the point. Case will play it down to Mirzagaliev. Backhanded pass over to Leung. Leung, who already has a hat trick, and we're only in the second period. All 3 of his goals coming in that first. And he had the hot stick early on in the first 20 minutes. As here's a wrister. Good block shot there by Francos. Kept in, though, by Mirzagaliev. He'll pull up and play it down below the goal line. Centering pass, no one home, and it'll skip away out of the attacking zone, and the Titans will kill off some time here. No change yet, so the same 4 penalty killers out there for the Titans. As here comes the centering pass. Here's a shot. What a save by Reyes. That looked like Mason Boley with a golden opportunity to give his squad a 3-goal lead, but Reyes stood tall. And so finally the Titans will get a chance to make a change here. They'll bring out some new defenders. Looks like Pernal, Sokol, Seth Gale, and Jason Wong will be the 4. Here's a face-off draw won by Madra and played back to the point. Over now to Martin. He'll play it back, and it's going to come down towards that far corner. Back up top to Conley. Finn Conley handles it. He'll play it down now, and a cross-ice pass will come over to Martin. Martin back over to Conley at the point. He'll play it off to the side, and a one-timer. Save made by Reyes with the pads. And Wong will send this one all the way down. So the Titans will kill off some time here. 30 seconds left on the power play for the Gauchos. They finally reset things, and they'll try and play it up along the boards. But Gale is there to send it back the other way, kill off even more time. Finally, though, Conley will enter the zone. Finn Conley will drive hard to the net, play it around the boards. And Pernal will try and clear it out, can't do so. There's a deflection that went wide past Reyes, and a good stick there by Wong to clear it out. We're back to even strength as out of the box come Novo. He had a great chance to try and have a one-on-none, but couldn't get a stick on that. Here's a shot went wide by Pernal, and it'll be played down along the boards now, as here's Sokol. Sokol sends one towards the net. Novo got a piece of that, couldn't get it past though. And finally, it'll come out of the zone. Madra will send it all the way down, and here comes Fischel. David Fischel throwing one towards the net. Excuse me, not David, Daniel Fischel for the Gauchos squad. And here come the Titans now. A little bouncer of a pass. Couldn't find the stick of Gale as that one gets sent all the way up into the sky and finally out. And here comes Seth Gale. A little 3-on-1 developing. Gale, he's got Novo on his right side. Novo with a backhander went wide. I believe Taylor might have gotten a piece of that one. If you're the Titans, besides that penalty kill, they've controlled most of the play here in the second period. It's a good sign to see. Trying to get some extra pressure here in this middle 20 minutes. We mentioned one of the keys to the game was that sustained forechecking pressure. As here comes Mirzagaliev, 1-on-none. Oh, what a save by Reyes. She had 2-on-none and ends up coming up with the stop. Beautiful save by the Titan netminder. Here comes Gale, short side. He ends up sending that one wide. Good chip along the boards and a drive all the way down. So the Titans will go for a shift change. And the puck will come behind the goal line. 6 minutes already gone through this second period. Here's a chance. McKay with a drive. He scores! Liam McKay with a 5-hole past Taylor makes it a 1-goal game once again. That is exactly what this CSUF squad needed. Down 2 goals, they had been sustaining some pressure here in this second period. And finally, McKay is able to just come away with a beautiful opportunity, throwing one towards the net, and Taylor just never had a chance. It goes through his 5-hole and leaks through all the way into the net for a goal for McKay, who gets his second in 2 games. Here's a centering pass. That's one had nobody home. And so UCSB will try and regain that goal lost, and the Titans will try and equalize here in the second period. Barlow gets knocked off the skate, and here comes Boley. Mason Boley driving hard to the net, sticked away by Reyes, and it's still loose out in front as Martin tried to send one towards the net, couldn't get it past the Titan defense. Here comes Case throwing one towards the middle, intercepted by Fighter. A little 3-on-2 developing. Here comes Fighter. He's got McKay on his left, so does Barlow. Fighter working his way around the goal line, centering pass over to Francos. Andrew Francos couldn't get a stick on that though, and so it'll come out into the neutral zone. Lambert will play it through the middle. Bit of a miscommunication as Barlow ran into Fighter, but it's kept into the attacking zone now. McKay will handle it at the point, protecting the puck well. He sends one towards the net and a glove save by Taylor. McKay looking to get his second in as many minutes, but the UCSB netminder was up for the challenge. So both sides will go for a change, and here's the face-off draw, kept in the zone by Fullerton. Paranal will chase after that one behind the goal line. Sokol in there for the forecheck as well. Reversing play is Mirzagaliev. He'll chip it along the boards now, and it will not come out of the zone yet. Still in there for this Titan squad. Here's a turnover. Gale trying to make something happen. It's kept in by Paranal. He's got Sokol out in front of that. There's a shot off the chest of Taylor. And going down is Gale. We'll have a delayed penalty called. And finally, a whistle. And so the Titans will get a chance for a full 2 minutes of a power play. As heading to the box is Sawyer Tamai. He'll head to the box for 2. Shots are 16-14 in favor of the Titans, and it shows on the scoreboard as it's 4-3 your score. This Titans squad, they'll send out Gale and Dallas, McKay, as well as Seth Gale, so both Gales out there. Here's a chance, one-timer from the slot. Gale couldn't get enough mustard on that. It's kept in, though, by Andalis. He'll chip it along, and Nova will chase after this. Cycling it around the boards. Ezra Gale with a centering pass, no one home, and so it's a sprint to the puck now. Here's Leung. Leung has a player on his left. Here's a chance now. Mirzagaliev with a shot save made by Reyes, and she'll keep things going. Good save by the Titan netminder. But also at the same token, not what you want to see if you're the Titan squad. You're on the power play. You can't give up a shorthanded here and give any momentum back to UCSB. As here's one just thrown into the sky, and it'll go all the way down to Reyes. She'll handle the puck with her stick. And McKay will handle it now as new attackers hop on with less than a minute to go in this power play. McKay enters the attacking zone. Cross-ice pass, broken up in front by Boley. He'll lay a hit on Gale, and now it'll be sent all the way down. Reyes handling it again. Plays it off to Paranal. And he'll try and regroup things as he lays it off to McKay. Here's Liam McKay with a head of steam. Looking, hands it off to Paranal, who enters the attacking zone. He'll play one back, and Parent, who was trying to attack, was not there for that Paranal pass. And here come the Titans once again. Here's Will Fighter trying to dangle his way through. He'll play it down behind the goal line and behind the net. It's reversed over to McKay in that far corner. He'll play it up over to Paranal. Paranal at the point. Lays one off to Seth Gale. Gale through the middle, and he was trying to get a deflection with Fighter. We're back at even strength. Out of the box comes Tamai. Deflected out in front. Gale couldn't get that one past. It's finally chipped along the boards and out. So Santa Barbara will go for a change. The Titans will go for a change. And we'll have a whistle and an icing called. Fighter was trying to throw one up ice to Parent. Parent wasn't ready for it. And Fighter, who was looking to try and take advantage of a shift change, just couldn't get one to his defenseman. And so we'll get an offensive zone face-off here for the Gauchos. It'll be Leung taking the draw. He'll win this one, but it'll come all the way out into neutral ice. And finally, McKay will head to the box or bench, as will Fighter. Ezra Gale loses a blade, and here comes Mirzagaliev trying to go back in again. It's loose out in front, right in front of the pillows. A scramble for it. Net comes dislodged. We have a whistle. And I didn't see any signal for a goal here. I believe it's just a normal stoppage in play for the net coming dislodged. Reyes had no idea where that puck was. It was loose out in front of her right pad as there was a scramble between, I believe, Lambert as well as a couple other Titans trying to keep it out of the net. Regardless, it's still a 1-goal lead for the Gauchos as they have had a bit of momentum in the last minute or so, trying to add to their lead. Here's Mirzagaliev trying to dangle past Gale. Ezra Gale will cycle it around the boards up to Barlow. Barlow cross ice out of the zone and up to Sokol. But it's sent in by UCSB around the net. And Gale looked to break things out. He'll pull up, play one back to Lambert. Lambert up ice to Sokol, who wasn't ready for that pass. And so here come the Gauchos again. Elvin Kim up ice to Mirzagaliev, who's going for a change. Lambert will play it behind the goal line. Up ice to Gale. Well, it's not the exact same script as last night's game, as here comes Martin with a turnover. He'll play one behind the goal and look for some sort of opening. Shot! That one save made by Reyes. She seemed to be a little bit out of position, but able to regroup and get back in position in time. As here's a wrister gloved by Taylor. And so we'll get a stoppage where both teams will get to make changes. Going back to my point, it's not the exact same script as last night's game. As hold on now. Here's an interesting development. Heading into the net now is number 2 for the Gauchos. They're making a goalie change. As Christian Seibert is now in net. Taylor heads to the bench. Not entirely sure what the reason is here. We'll see if we can notice anything. But regardless, Seibert is in. As there's a face-off draw. Kept in by the Titans. They'll chip it into that far corner. Fighter and Novo fighting for that one. Behind the goal line it goes. Still nobody coming away with it cleanly. Finally Novo does. He tries to center one to Andalis. And here comes a 3-on-1. Gauchos with multiple attackers. They shoot, they score. It's 5-3. In that situation, from what I could tell, it looked as if, I believe Aiden Parent was trying to pinch in on that puck, try and keep it in his offensive zone. But at the same time, he's not able to handle the puck cleanly. Gauchos come away with it, and then it's a 3-on-1, a little race to the net. Seth Gale couldn't get back in time, and Reyes just couldn't make the save there. It's 5-3. But here comes Andalis. He's got Novo on the left. There's a shot, went high. He had Novo, could have gone for a rebound opportunity, but went for it all and couldn't come away with it. But here's Novo again. He's got Andalis now. There's a shot. That one was deflected out in front. Andalis will play it. Novo will lay a hit, and it's kept in by Gale. Over to his brother Ezra. Ezra Gale goes backhand behind the net, looking for somebody to get open. But that one's deflected and up into the sky. But it's kept in by Novo. Novo with a centering pass. It's kept in by Wong now. Throwing that one toward the near corner. And Case will play it in, but it's kept in still by Gale. Gale's got Novo on the left. Here's a shot, went 5-hole, but Seibert was up for the task. Lots of extended zone time for this Titan squad. They've kept it in for about a minute or so. Here's a one-timer from the slot, but Novo couldn't get a piece of that. It's a race to the puck. Reyes will play it with her stick and clear it out of harm's way. And up come the Titans again. There's a bit of a change going on for this Gaucho squad. Drop pass to Gale, and that was broken up in front. Now a little 3-on-1 developing. Rather a 2-on-1. Here's a chance now. Back to the play, and they're centering pass, but couldn't get a stick on that. That was a dangerous opportunity. And here's another one. Mirzagaliev shoots that one with traffic in front, was blocked wide. The Titans, they may be a little tired. Some long shifts on the offensive zone, but it'll still wear you down. And so we'll get a stoppage here with 5:47 to go in the second period. Face-off draw, one here. Still kept in the zone by the Titans. And it'll be chipped along the boards and out into the neutral zone. Here's Aiden Parent. Turning that one over, and here's Mirzagaliev. He has a goal already. He tries to go backhand and play one back to the middle of the ice. No one there, though. And it'll head into that near corner. Here's Leung. He's got 3 goals tonight. He hands one off. They score. Will Pemberton goes short side, top shelf, and makes it 6-3. Gauchos. Play resumes here. And the Titans will be looking to get one back. They're down 3 goals here in the second period. They've had multiple opportunities, but just haven't been able to come away with anything. A few miscommunications here and there. Unable to find the open man. And they also have not been getting back on the back check in time. As here's a puck. It's loose out in front of the neutral zone. Here's went wide, and it's still in the offensive zone. Trying to wrap one around is Martin. He'll play it up ice, though. And Liam McKay will handle that. He'll play it off to Fighter. A little 2-on-1 developing. Here's Fighter. He's got McKay on the side. He tries to go 5-hole, but Seibert was up to the task. Here's one chipped along the boards. It'll head into the Gauchos' defensive zone, where Kim will handle it behind the net. He'll play one through the middle, where Parent will intercept that, and he'll throw one towards the net, all the way down. Both sides going for a bit of a reset here. 4 minutes to go in the second period. Puck chipped along by Conley and down. Gale will handle this and look to break. He weaves his way through traffic and throws a cross-ice pass over to Lambert. Through the middle it comes. Here's McKay. He's got Gale on the right. Saucer pass to Gale. He couldn't finish the one-timer. McKay, though, running into the skate of the referee. And here's Gale. Out in front. Loose in the crease. Still loose, and coming away with it finally is UCSB. They can't clear it yet, though, as Lambert will hold the zone and try and play things below the goal line. Getting some help from Sokol. Madra is down in there. And finally coming away with it was Sokol, but he had his pocket picked. And so play will be reversed over to Adams, who cycles it around the boards. It finally comes out now. Here's D'Amico trying to pursue the puck. He'll lose it to Gale. And Adams will control the puck in his defensive zone. Plays it off to Conley. Conley over to Pemberton, and here comes Mirzagaliev entering the attacking zone. Mirzagaliev has a goal earlier tonight. He centers one to Leung, and there's a shot. Getting a piece of it was Reyes. 2:30 to go in the second period. Titans looking to get something back here. Score is 6-3. Here's one chipped up. And through the middle comes the puck. Francos will play it along the boards and through, but will get a whistle for an icing. Looking ahead to both of these teams' games, they won't have anything for the remainder of this month, as this is the last game of the semester for both squads. Then you'll get that semester break. And coming back from the break, the Gauchos will have the first game on January 12th. They'll be playing UC Santa Cruz at Ice in Paradise up in Santa Barbara. As for your Titans, they'll be back at Great Park Ice, Rink 4, I believe, against LMU on January 24th. We hope that you'll join us on that day. You can mark it in your calendars right now. I'll be on the call as always for that. And they'll be taking on Loyola Marymount in a battle between WCHC conference rivals. Here's a puck that's chipped away and through the attacking zone. UCSB will regroup and it will be played off to Fischel. Still nobody coming away with it yet. Finally entering the zone, and a good dangle there by Fischel. He tries to center one, but nobody home. Boley couldn't get a piece of that one. Here's Fischel. Backhand pass, broken up in front by the Titan defense, and it's finally cleared out of the attacking zone. Barlow up there by the red line. Going down was Fischel, and coming away with it was Gale, but he has his pocket picked. Here comes Boley. He's got Martin on his left. Tries a backhand centering pass to Martin, but unable to get that one home. Less than a minute to go here in the second period. Your score 6-3 in favor of the Gauchos, as there's a big hit by Gale up against Kim. And so the Titans will try and dump and chase this one. Try and establish a little bit of forecheck. Try and get one back. Get some momentum going into the third period. Here's Fighter. Will Fighter tries to center one over to Endalis. Puck thrown towards the net, broken up in front by Kim. But Novo and Fighter chasing after that one behind the goal line. It's still loose around that far corner. Finally coming away with it is Leung, and he'll look to break. Jay Leung, he'll play one and cycle it around the boards with less than 10 seconds to go. A delayed offsides and a whistle. As the linesman was trying to tell the Gauchos, hey, you guys are offsides, you got to get out of here. But they weren't heeding his warning, and so we'll get a whistle and a neutral zone face-off with less than 4 seconds to go. Here's the draw, and both sides will be content to just let the time run off the clock. So that'll do it for the second period. It started off as a 4-2 lead for the Gauchos. It ended up being a 6-3 lead. They ended up getting a +1 in that period. Both sides will head to the locker room and try and make a couple adjustments, see what they can do. Titans down 3. They're looking for something in that third period. We're going to take a break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Cal State Fullerton Ice Hockey live on YouTube.
honestly, it was just really low key. Usually we go into lunch camp to see my grandma.
Yeah.
But we just stay at home, me and my family members. We cook dinner ourselves and turned out pretty decent.
Nice. Who handled the turkey?
Me and my dad.
You and your pops?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
We actually handled all the food besides I think like my sister-in-law, grandma, and that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I enjoy cooking, so it's not like I care too much to cook meals.
Right.
Yeah, it was good time.
Were you checking in on any of the college football today?
I just saw. I was watching a few games earlier, but I saw that SMU lost.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Dude, I swear, now that Clemson's in, SMU better.
Yeah.
If they get jumped by Alabama, they're gonna lose.
Yeah, it's gonna open a interesting can of worms. Man. It's gonna be tough.
But don't get me wrong, Alabama, they have all that history.
They don't deserve it this year.
Can't lose to 2 6 and 16.
Between the three like borderline SEC teams there were, between them, South Carolina and Ole Miss, I'm a little biased due to the Ole Miss. Ole Miss is like those three. Ole Miss like beat South Carolina by 30.
Yeah, I think the rankings. I think the rankings are. It's close between Ole Miss and South Carolina.
Yeah.
Alabama should be 100%. They're riding that victory.
Yeah.
It's the only reason.
Ole Miss beat Georgia by 12. You know, so there's that. And like, if you look at each of their losses, Ole Miss has the back Kentucky loss, and then LSU for it. Those games too. Look at Bama's losses. What? They have 2 losses too, right? Yeah, Oklahoma, Vandy.
One team early. I'm gonna hop on here. We'll talk about it.
20 minutes to decide this one. It should be a good final period. If you're just joining us, it's 6-3 your score. The Gauchos on top of the Titans. And it's been a lot of scoring from both sides. You have a hat trick already from Jay Leung. He had that in the first period. Didn't have much in the second. It seemed like the Titans were able to neutralize him a bit. But while they were focused on Leung, you had multiple other goal scorers in that second period. As for the Titans, they had 2 in the first period from Lambert and Indalis, but could only muster up 1 goal from Liam McKay in the second period. So, what will happen here in this third? We're about to find out. Interestingly enough, we did mention this, the Gauchos did make a change in net after that third goal. They went from Caden Taylor to Christian Seibert, and so it looks like Seibert's going to stay in net here for this final frame. As for Titans, they're still rocking with Reyes in net. The backup tonight is Landon Crawford. He's number 33. But it is Reyes' net right now. Fullerton, they'll send out the Gale line with the defensive pairing of Francos and Lambert. As for the Gauchos, they'll be sending out Leung, Mirzagaliev. It looks like Case is out there for him as well. Pemberton. And then on top of that, you've got Tumakin. Here we go. 20 minutes to decide this one. Anybody's game. And we are underway. Face-off draw won by the Titans. Lambert will handle this one. Tries to throw in towards the center, and it'll go all the way down, where Nova will handle this in the far corner. Pemberton will try and play this one up ice. It's deflected in front by the Titans, and so they'll handle some offensive zone. Here's a chance for Gale. It's sticked away there by Case. And Pemberton will look to break it out. He'll saucer one into the sky, where Lambert plays it up ice over to Andalis. Jason Andalis sends one that goes all the way up into the metal AC unit here. I haven't seen that one too often. That's a play that'll get a grin from both sides. I'm sure at some point somebody will do some maintenance here at Great Park Ice, Rink 1. They'll look up there and be wondering to themselves, how did a dent get all the way up here? Isn't there supposed to be netting that protects this stuff? Well, they can always point to this night, December 7th, 2024, as the night there was a dent from Jason Andalis. Anyways, here we go, back underway. Gauchos looking to clear it out of their zone. It's kept in, though, by Will Fighter. The Titan captain playing it behind the goal line. Being pushed off the puck by Bowley, and will finally cycle around to the near side. With a centering pass, it's intercepted by McKay. He'll keep it in the offensive zone, sending one towards the net. Fighter couldn't get a piece of that to deflect it home. A little tie-up there with Perenal and Fighter. Coming away with it is Conley. And Finn Conley with the forechecking Perenal right in front of him. Here's Kai Perenal with a centering pass. Couldn't get to McKay. Lambert tried a one-timer, but it was broken up off the body of Martin. It was a race between him and Francos. Francos gets there first, and so the Titans will avoid any odd man rush here. Here's McKay. He's got Perenal on his right. He'll play it off to Kai Perenal, who will chip it down into the near side and lay a hit down there against Bussell. Rather, that was Case. Here's one thrown down into the far corner and for an icing. Shots right now are 24-19 in favor of Santa Barbara, but they lead by 3 goals. As here we go, we've got an offensive zone faceoff for the Titans. They'll have the Gale line out there with Parent and Seth Gale as the defense. Puck won, though, by UCSB, and here comes Tamai. Tamai plays one back. Here's a shot. Save made. Loose out in front of the crease. Still loose. And finally coming away with it is Andalis. He'll try and take it 1-on-3. With a head of steam comes Andalis. Backhander. Save made. And freezing the puck was Seibert. It's been a nice back and forth game tonight here at Rink 1 at Great Park Ice. Both sides have been able to get a goal in the 2 first periods. And at this point, you just have to say to yourself, who's going to get that first of the third? As here's Mirza Galiev. He'll play one along the boards, looking for Leung, but it's broken up in front by Parent. Aiden Parent. He'll cycle one around, all the way down behind the net of Seibert. And here comes Kim. Elvin Kim plays it. It's intercepted a bit momentarily from Andalis. And so the Titans will cycle it around now to the near side. Here's Conley, chipping one up the boards. And it'll come over to Parent. He plays it up ice to Gale. Ezra Gale tries to go through his legs. Plays it off to Novo, who sends it towards the net where Andalis was there. It's still loose in front of the crease area. But finally it's sent into the sky by the Gauchos. And the Titans will have to regroup and try and re-enter the zone. Here's Leung. Jay Leung, he plays it up to Mirza Galiev. Here's a back pass. That one got deflected up into the netting, and so we'll get another whistle here. Both sides, they'll go for a change. And at this point, we want to look ahead for the next couple games. We mentioned in the pregame show that this is the final game for both these squads in the first semester. They'll have about a month break before picking things back up in January. For the Gauchos, they'll be coming back home to take on UC Santa Cruz. They'll play them at home at Ice in Paradise on January 12th. As here comes a puck into the defensive zone. Hard on the forecheck is Barlow. He goes down though, as Fischel clears it out of his defensive side. And Lambert will throw it all the way down into the far corner. Looking ahead though for your Titans, to finish my point, they'll be back January 24th against LMU. That is a home game. And so that'll be played here at Great Park Ice. We'll hope to have you with us on January 24th. Go ahead and mark that down in your calendar. And if you're wondering yourself, man, that's a long layoff. Why such a long break for this Titan squad? Well, they were originally supposed to head over to New Mexico to take on the University of New Mexico, but unfortunately we have to report that that trip was canceled, so the Titans will get an extra couple weeks of practice rather than heading to New Mexico to take on that squad. There's a chance now for the Titans. They've got McKay with Fighter and Perrin. Oh, there's a shot went high past the net of Seibert. Good opportunity for McKay. He couldn't find any piece of the net there. As entering the zone is Tameka. Here's a centering chance. It's loose out in front of the crease and finally played all the way down to Seibert. He'll handle it with his stick, play it off to Conley, and the Gauchos will go for a change. Here comes Finn Conley, weaving his way through the neutral zone. Has his pocket picked, and the Titans will come away with it. Lambert up ice to the headman Perinal. He couldn't get much of a piece of that. And so we'll get an icing called here. Interestingly enough, Perinal did get a piece of it, but the linesman deeming that it was in front of that center line. So we'll get another icing. About 15 minutes left here in regulation. Score 6-3, Santa Barbara. Glad to have you with us here on this Saturday night, live from Great Park Ice in Irvine. Here's a shot, that one blockered away by Reyes, and it'll carry him into that near corner. Mirzagaliev plays it up to Pemberton. Seth Gale will handle it behind his own goal line, and he'll come away with it and look to break. He's got Perinal on the right. He'll play it off to Kai, the newly turned 21-year-old. It's good to see Perinal last night. He had a goal in that second period against Long Beach, and then he got to celebrate a little bit afterwards once the game finished up. A big crowd of Titan supporters wishing him a happy birthday once he exited the locker room. Good to see. Here's one thrown all the way down to the net, and Reyes will keep the play going. No whistle there. McKay, he'll enter the attacking zone, throws one towards the net. It's blocked away by Adams. And a big hit along the boards. No whistle there. Santa Barbara was looking for something, but no call here. As Santa Barbara will go for a change. They'll bring on a fresh line of skaters. Parent will try and use the same move he had last night to get a goal, going forehand to backhand, but nothing happening there. Here come the Gauchos. Gale will come away with it finally for the Titans, and here's a chance now. Lifts it out in front, and there's a goal. Daniel Fischel had a wide open net. Nobody marking him. He's loose right in front of the crease, and Reyes never had a chance. It's 7-3 UCSB. Face-off draw won by the Titans, but recovered by the Gauchos. They'll play it out into neutral ice. Miscommunication there between Andalis and Lambert, but Andalis is able to come away with it. He's got Gale on his left. Andalis shoots. Save made. Loose out in front of crease. And a whistle and a stoppage as Seibert was able to cover that one up. Christian Seibert, since he came in on relief, has been excellent for this Gaucho squad, not allowing any goals through about 20 minutes of play. Face-off draw. It's kept in by the Titans. Andalis will play it up ice. Looking for Gale. It's back to Andalis. He goes backhand. Loose out in front. Forehand. He sent one wide. Lambert from the point. Sends one towards the net. And there's a 5-hole save from Seibert. John Uesluk, the head coach for the Gauchos, electing to bring on some fresh skaters. Titans will take off Perrin as well and bring on Andrew Frankos. As here's the puck, it's coming away with it is Gale. He goes with a nice little toe drag, but another glove save by Seibert. So as we mentioned, your Titans will have a long break before they come back to play LMU, and then they'll have one last game after that in the regular season. It'll be against USC on February 1st. That one will be at USC, so it'll be in Anaheim. At least that is what is on the schedule. We'll let you know if there's any change to that one. Meanwhile, back in our game, here comes Leung, keeping it in his offensive zone, but finally coming away with it is Lambert. Here's a turnover by Andalis, and so Mirzagaliev had a dangerous chance. He'll elect to play it back to the point. What a big hit there by Novo on Case up against the Titan bench. There's one sent towards the net. It's off the body of Frankos, and he'll look to break it out. Frankos will enter the zone. He'll throw one towards the net. It'll be played behind the goal line, and Gale will look to handle this one in his offensive zone. He'll pull back. Still looking. He plays it off now to Novo. Novo goes backhand. That one went high. Andalis will play it down to Novo. Centering pass over to Frankos, who's now playing a little bit of forward on this shift. As both sides are getting chippy here. There have been multiple hits laid in the last minute. At this point, you got to try and make something happen, whether it be by getting a goal or being a little extra physical. There's a goal from Pemberton. Will Pemberton has his second of the night, making it 8-3 Gauchos, and they are running away with this one, folks. Ever since the Titans made it a one-goal game early in that second period, it has been all UCSB. And that kind of ties into when they made the change in net, going from Taylor to Seibert. Ever since then, the netminder for Santa Barbara has been excellent, and his offense has rewarded him by scoring 4 goals over the last period and a half. Here comes Jason Wong. The milkman has his pocket picked. And now Adams will look to break things out. He'll chip it along the boards, but it's off the body of the linesman who wasn't ready for that. And so play will kind of linger in the neutral zone right now. Finally coming away with it is Tameka. He'll try and center one. That one's broken up though. And Seth Gale will play it up to Jason Wong. Here comes Wong. He's got Barlow on the right. It'll be played down into that near corner. Cycled around to the far side, but kept in by Seth Gale as he has a little tie up there near the far boards. Puck now behind the goal line. Scramble between Wong, and I believe Barlow's in there as well. Nobody coming away with it yet. Finally, it does scamper out towards Gale. Seth Gale playing it behind the goal line himself. Shoved off the play, but Barlow's there to help out. He tries to center one. Gale is there to assist his winger. There's a shot. That one sticked away by Seibert. Not out just yet, as Wong is handling it on the forecheck for the Titans. He'll come away with it now. Takes a bit of a hit there, and he'll take exception. We have a delayed penalty called against Wong. And so it's a 6-on-5 for the next however long it takes for the Titans to get a piece of the puck. That was an undisciplined penalty from Wong. He took a bit of a hit there from Tamaican. Or rather, Tamaican. And so Wong, he'll go to the box now for 2 with 9:12 remaining in regulation. It'll be Fighter out there, as well as Boley. The faceoff draw won by Boley, and here's a chance now for Mirzagaliev. What a pad save by Reyes! She basically did the splits to make that save and robbed Mirzagaliev of his second goal on the stat sheet, potentially his third if there hadn't been a disallowed goal in that first period. We've mentioned it tonight. The two top players for UCSB have been Mirzagaliev and Leung. Leung with 3 goals in that first period. Mirzagaliev with a goal in the first as well. Here's a loose puck, and they score. It's Mirzagaliev with his second. He would not be denied that time. And Mirzagaliev now makes it 9-3 Santa Barbara. Well, I had mentioned the script from last night not being the same earlier in that second period. It is just about flipped, and the Titans are on the wrong side of a 9-3 lead now this evening. Here's one thrown towards the net. Seibert will easily handle that. He'll play it off now to Case. Case will cycle it around the boards. Up ice to Kim, but here's a turnover, and Case will have to handle this in front of his own net. Whiffing on a pass. He'll take a big hit from Andalis, who will play it off to Gale. Gale looking, throwing one towards the net. Glove save made by Seibert. At this point, both sides just trying to play a clean game, I would imagine. The Titans maybe looking for a couple things to get back into it, but with a 6-goal lead for this Santa Barbara squad, that last goal from Mirzagaliev is essentially the dagger on this Saturday night edition of Titan Hockey. Here's one thrown towards the net. Save made by Reyes. And so we'll get another stoppage here. With this being the last game of the semester, we'll have to keep an eye out for this Titan squad next semester and see if they can maybe recruit any other players that could come in, give a couple pieces of depth for the remaining 2 games of the regular season. We mentioned that the Titans' playoff hopes were just barely alive, but with this game kind of getting out of hand right now, that would effectively eliminate the Titans from postseason play this season. But it will still give a great opportunity for some players who might be on the younger side to step up, get some extra play time in the spring semester. And we'll have to wait and see who may emerge as potential pieces for the future teams here for Fullerton. As here's Gale, he'll play it up ice to Novo. Novo's got Andalis on his right, but he gets his pocket picked by Boley. However, he recovers, throws a backhander towards the net, and Seibert will freeze the puck with 7:21 to go in regulation. As for the Gauchos, this win will keep them in that playoff hunt. They came in ahead of the Titans in terms of points and standings. And so this is a big win for a UCSB squad that at times has had a difficult season. They've had to forfeit a couple of their games this year. We're not entirely sure what the reasoning was behind that, but regardless, they have certainly had a difficult season at times, as have the Titans. This is a game where both sides came in thinking it would be evenly matched, but UCSB took over in that second period and never looked back. So here comes Adams. He'll fan on a pass, and Sokol will throw one towards the net. It will go wide past Seibert. Wong now will cycle it back around the boards. Over to Sokol. But finally, clearing it out of their zone is UCSB. And coming up ice is Templeton. He's looking for a hat trick. But he'll play it off to Leung, who fans on a wrister. Looking for his fourth. Just couldn't keep his stick on the biscuit there. Puck not out yet. It's kept in by Leung. But it's finally cleared by Parents through the middle of the ice. And played through the middle. Here comes Leung once again. Jay Leung looking for his fourth. He shoots, he scores. Jay Leung hadn't scored since the first half of the first period, but he gets his fourth of the night, and he makes it 10-3 Santa Barbara. Well, at this point for the Titans, it's essentially what you always see in NHL 25 from your coach. Just play for pride. You got to try and get one back, maybe make something happen here. We're going to have a delayed whistle here and a penalty called as Reyes went down in her crease. She was scrambling to make a save there going right, and she is slow to get up. Looks like she'll be okay, though. Regardless, it is a penalty upcoming against UCSB. This one going against Ikam Madra, so he'll head to the bench. The Belmont-born forward. He'll serve a 2-minute minor penalty. Here's a face-off draw. Won by Fullerton. Liam McKay will play it off over to Lambert. Lambert back to McKay at the point. Fullerton getting another chance here on the power play. They haven't had much working for him on special teams, but they're trying to get something here. Here's a pass towards the center. That one deflected, but it went high. Francos was looking to get one on the board. Couldn't put it past Seibert. Here comes Fighter. He'll enter the attacking zone and look to make something happen. He'll dangle and go forehand. He'll play it behind the goal line. Back up to Perinal. Perinal over to McKay. McKay throws one towards the net. Glove save by Seibert. Got to give him his flowers. Christian Seibert has been excellent since entering with 8 minutes to go in that second period, not allowing a single goal over that time. As we look at the WCHC standings, right now the Gauchos, as we mentioned, they are 7th place in the rankings. Just one spot in front of Fullerton. However, with this loss, Fullerton will likely be eliminated from the playoffs, where the Gauchos will continue their quest for some playoff hockey in February. But as it stands right now, they would still have to overtake Northern Arizona and potentially even play hard against Northridge, as there's a puck sent up into the netting, and so we'll get another stoppage in play here with about 4:40 to go in regulation. Face-off draw won by the Gauchos here. They'll clear it out and kill off some extra time. About 40 seconds to go on the power play for the Titans, with that penalty coming against Ikam Madra, the forward for the Gauchos. One last chance, you'd imagine, for the Titans to try and get something sustained in their attacking zone. Seth Gale will enter the side. He'll play it off to his brother Ezra. Ezra looking for his brother Seth. Seth now handles it. Throws a cross-ice pass to Andalis, who whiffed on the shot, sent it wide, couldn't get enough on it. It'll be played back to Gale, though, but finally cleared out by Mirzagaliev. Less than 4 minutes to go in regulation as time expires on the penalty, and we're back at even strength. There's a shot that ran into some traffic. It was sent all the way down, and so an icing called once again against UCSB. And so we'll do things all over once again in the Titan attacking zone. Shots right now 40-26 in favor of the Gauchos. They have certainly taken over since midway through the second period. The last 30 minutes of this game have gone all the way in favor of Santa Barbara. As here comes Seth Gale. He's got Andalis on his left. He's got Novo trailing the play. Gale tries a little spinorama there, but couldn't find Andalis in front. Ezra Gale will play it off to his brother Seth. And Seth with a wrister. That one glove save by Seibert again. Interesting enough, Santa Barbara has not had as many games as the Titans to this point, and they will have a decent amount when they come back from the break in January. By my count, they have 7 games to finish off regulation. They'll be taking on UCSD, Santa Cruz, as we mentioned as well, and then they will play the University of Michigan in Santa Barbara on Friday the 17th and Saturday the 18th of January. Not often you see Michigan making a trip out here, but they're coming all the way from the Midwest to take on Santa Barbara. Then they'll wrap things up on the road against San Jose State and Cal Berkeley before finally taking on Long Beach to finish off the season rather. They'll take on Long Beach at home on January 31st. So a lot of games in front. Santa Barbara will certainly have an opportunity to try and make the playoffs in the WCHC. They control their destiny. They just have to get some points in conference play. Here's a wrister. That one went just a little bit wide past the net. Lambert was looking for a second, and the puck was thrown towards the net. That one went wide off the stick of Sokol. And so with about 2 minutes to go, Titans not giving up just yet. They're looking to play for some pride, as I mentioned, and try and get a 4th goal here tonight. As here's a puck cycled all the way around. It'll come out of play. And so Lambert will have to regroup, play it off to Seth Gale, who dumps it all the way in. And now UCSB will look to break. Will be played down into that far side. Lambert will cycle it around over to Gale. Gale will chip it up ice, looking for McKay and Pernal to help out. And now finally Seth Gale will toe drag into the zone, but a whistle and an offside. A minute 25 to go in regulation. Your score right now, 10-3, Santa Barbara over the Titans. And what can you say? It's just been a great performance from the relief goaltender, Christian Seibert. Got to give props to him. He has not allowed a single goal, and he's faced over 20 shots to this point. Here's one played through the middle. Fighter chasing after it, but here comes Bowie. It's still loose in front. Here's a chance now for Martin. He shoots. And it looked like Fighter got back there in time to help out on defense. He'll handle it now through the neutral zone and look to enter the attacking zone. He goes backhand, sends one towards the net. That one was sticked away by Seibert. Chipped up along the boards by Pernal to Fighter, who's looking for some help from his teammates. Couldn't get anything there, and so puck will come out into the neutral zone, where Fighter will establish possession once again. They played off to Pernal. McKay helping out as well. And we have about 30 seconds left in this game. Here's McKay. He shoots. That one went high. off the stick of a defender out in front. Once again, our final looking ahead moment for both these teams. The Gauchos will have their semester break, and then they'll come back January 12th against UC Santa Cruz. That'll be a home game against Santa Cruz at Ice in Paradise. As for your Titans, they'll be back after the long semester break, the extended one for them. They'll play LMU January 24th here at Great Park, guys. We hope to have you there. So here comes Mirzagaliev with a centering pass. Templeton couldn't get a piece of that. And with time ticking down now, here comes Tyler Lambert. He shoots, that one went high. And that will just about do it. One last chance for Mirzagaliev and Leung. Leung tried to go backhand, forehand. But there it is, the final buzzer. And that's going to end things here tonight. Your final score, 10-3. UCSB Gauchos taking this one against your Cal State Fullerton Titans. It was a competitive game through the first period and about 7 minutes or so into the second. But after making the goalie change to Christian Seibert, the Gauchos never looked back, and they ended up putting 6 on the board after the goalie change. So your Titans, they'll drop the final game of the first semester. They'll look to take a long extended break and come back strong to finish off the second half and regular season. But that will do it for tonight's game here at Great Park Ice. We want to thank everybody who has supported this team throughout the first half of the season. It's been a pleasure calling games so far, and we are not done yet. We hope to have you back with us at Great Park Ice on January 24th. You can mark that down in your calendars. But until then, that's going to do it for us here at Great Park Ice. Your key players, we're going to give you that before we sign off. Got to give a shout out to Jay Leung, who had the 4-goal game for the Gauchos, as well as Adion Mirzagaliev, who had a great game. And then we mentioned as well the relief goaltender, Christian Seibert. He played excellent hockey this evening. As for your Titans, a couple great plays from Liam McKay, Jason Dallas, and Tyler Lambert, but it was not enough for this Titans squad. So that's going to do it for us here tonight from Great Park Ice in Irvine. It's been a pleasure calling this one for you. Your final score, 10-3 UCSB over the Titans. All games are aired and archived on the Cal State Fullerton Titans Ice Hockey channel on YouTube, where you can find the live stream of this game and all past recordings on that channel. But that's going to do it from us here. I'm Peter Gibbs. It has been an honor calling this game for you. Have a great night, everybody. Final score, 10-3.